Rick Springfield is coming to the big screen in a new documentary that captures the 30-year connection he has with some of his most loyal fans.
I'm going to surprise a couple of people. Break in and see what they've got in their suitcases, see what they bring them. Candygram.
Every time the door rings. Come on in, Rick. It's okay. Oh, it's Rick.
That seems to be the universal reaction this man gets every time he walks into a room. Please welcome Rick Springfield to the Daily Buzz.
Hey, the guy with the Bruce sign, cup it!
Hey, Rick, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
And the two ladies behind the documentary, Melanie Langenstein and Sylvia Kaminer, welcome you guys.
Thank you.
What,
Thank you.
what an amazing project. How did you guys get involved? Obviously big Rick Springfield fans.
Yeah, it's 30 years in the making.
So how did the phone call go? Did they just call you randomly one day, Rick, and say, hey, we'd like to follow you?
No, they called me Rick.
Yeah.
They actually, the first actual real meeting I remember was, there'd been a little talk about it from a manager, and then we sat down in some bar, and they said, you know, just presented it, and Sylvia, Melanie introduced Sylvia as a great director, which I have since found out is absolutely true, and Melanie said she's a longtime fan and was inspired by something I said about following your dream and wanted to do this documentary. And at that point I kind of said, well, okay. You know, I didn't really know what it was going to be. I thought they'd film a couple of live, shows and then put fans in and go, yeah, we really like him. But they've gone so deep with it, it's really surprised me what they've done with it.
It's so impressive. I mean, I love your music, but I had no idea you had such a fan following. And Melanie, did you realize this when you decided to do the documentary?
Oh, yes. I went on Rick's first cruise 4 years ago, and I always felt that I was kind of in a special category. And I went on this cruise, and there were 1,200 other people that felt equally as passionate as I did for 30 years about Rick, if not more so. And that's when the little wheels started turning, and I thought, there's a story here. So that's kind of the birth of the project. And then Sylvia and I had met 11 years ago through Women in Film, and we decided, one day we'll collaborate. So I can't even tell you how thrilled I am that she agreed to this, because she's such an amazing director and storyteller, and she saw the value and the unique angle to the whole Rick community.
You have such a connection with your fans. I mean, how do you explain it?
I don't know. It's just, I just do what I do, and and I don't know. I think one initially when I first got successful, it was, you always think it's just you. I mean, every artist I've met thinks it's just them, and it took a while for me to realize that it's not me. It's the fans. And once I realized that, my attitude changed about as far as fans go, and I've been very embracing of them. But they're also been very embracing of me. So it's kind of a symbiotic thing, and I don't really know how to categorize it or with the genesis of it or anything. It just is, and it's I'm very humbled by their attention, that they still find that there's something interesting in me after all this time.
Obviously, and I'm sure you're used to having cameras following you around, but following you around day after day.
To the bathroom, yeah. It was weird. It was weird.
I mean, what was it like for you guys? You're on this tour nonstop. You're with him, what seems like every hour of the day.
Right. Well, Sylvia had to pinch me through the first few weeks, because I just kept saying, am I just having a massive dream, or is this really happening?
But we really wanted to go beyond and show that, I've seen a lot of music documentaries, and you never see meaningful interaction between the artist and the fans.
Boy, does this one have that.
Oh my gosh.
Rick
Wow,
actually crosses that.
I've never seen anything like it, really. And there's a ton of musical documentaries around, and this is really something different, and I'm actually very, very pleased with that. I mean, as an artist, it's hard for me to look at it and be objective, and there's a lot of things that I don't, I'm not crazy about as far as me personally goes, but the whole thing is so encompassing and big and different that I put aside my little insecurities and just champion it.
I got to mention the Swedish Rock Festival. I must admit, I was nervous for you. I was nervous for you going out on that stage, and you own that stage. You just seem to have dialed into your vein of gold. You know how to handle any crowd.
I'm at my most comfortable on stage, without question. Right here, I'm fidgeting and I'm nervous, but on stage, I am absolutely at ease and have absolute confidence. And I don't. There's nothing that I force. It's just there, and I know that I was meant to be on stage.
Did you know that from a very young age?
No, when I first started playing, when I was in bands, when I was 14 and 15, I played with my back to the audience. I was so, I was in a band playing guitar, and the audience would be back there, and I'd be playing like this. And the band would go to my mom and go, why is Richard playing with his back to the audience? And my mom, in typical fashion, oh, he's probably a bit shy. Because my mom's Australian. So eventually I turned around, and I saw the audience and went, wow. And that was when it kind of kicked in for me.
And as far as a songwriter goes, you seem to have the magic when it comes to writing the perfect tune, because anytime I hear one of your songs on the radio, it is with me for days on end, and they're wildly popular. Honestly, what is the secret?
Again, there's no, I just do, musicians just do what they do, and sometimes, I mean, if I knew the secret to why Jesse's Girl has become the song that it's become, I'd have written 1,000 of them. It's just all. There's no game plan. I never had a game plan other than I wanted to play and I wanted to be successful. I wanted to have a long career because that meant I would enjoy it and have time to evolve and be the artist that I wanted to be and hopefully the person I want to be. Which, as far as the person I want to be, it's way down here right now, but I'm still working on that.
Well, and you reveal a lot in this documentary. It's very revealing, it's very personal, and there's some teary-eyed moments. I didn't expect to start, crying in the Rick Springfield documentary, but you ladies did an amazing job in pulling that emotion to the surface.
They did, and I think it's incredible. It's a testament to their direction and their perseverance that they stuck with it for so long and pulled such amazing stuff out of it.
Yeah.
I applaud them.
Yes, good job. An Affair of the Heart, the journey of Rick Springfield and his devoted fans, is in select theaters. It will be soon. For more information, you can go to rickspringfielddoc.com or Yellow Rick Road on Facebook. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.